My fellow Australians, last year was tough and confusing. Global warming had us packing an umbrella, swimmers and a snowboard just to go and buy a skim chai caramel latte. The financial crisis meant that banks went bust, people lost money, we all got $900 in Kevin Rudd stimulus, and interest rates were up and down like Tiger Woods' backside in a nightclub car park. Confusing. When the first fleet landed at Botany Bay, Captain Cook and his Ponzi cronies had been living on salted meat for ages. They were confused and riddled with scurvy because they didn't eat enough vegetarian burgers. But I can't help but think that if Cook and that wig-wearing florist Joseph Banks had been packing some quality vegetarian goods on board the Endeavour, they might have landed somewhere decent, like Noosa, Sorrento, Margaret River or Bondi Beach, rather than Botany Bay, home to an oil refinery and an airport. There are some people like our friend Sam who think that a vegetarian meal is un-Australian and that lamb is the only way to go. Sure, lamb is okay if you like that sort of thing, but is it Australian? Only if New Zealand is a suburb of Sydney and no one told me. Let's stop the confusion, people. Put on some Powderfinger, Mad Max and chuck a vegetarian sausage on the barbie. And fellas, while you stand around at your Australia Day barbie chewing the fat, literally, remember, women aren't going to be impressed by a bloke and his buffhead mates who tear into the remains of poor old Mary's fluffy little white lamb. They want a sensitive fella, a fella who can tell them how much she reminds them of Carrie from Sex and the City and give them a foot massage at the same time. When Kevin Rudd and Penny Wong flew to Copenhagen last year, it wasn't just for those tasty waffle ice cream cones. It was to work out what to do about global warming. And what did they come up with? Bugger all. I'll tell you the answer to global warming: less meat. That's right, one of the worst greenhouse gases is methane. And what do you get when cows and sheep fart? Methane. So if we eat less meat, we breed less cows, we breed less sheep, they eat less grass, they fart less, the earth gets cooler, problem solved. This Australia Day, it's time to stop the confusion and stop global warming. I say let's have a day every week where all we eat is tasty fries, veggie treats. Friday. We won't even have to change the name. It's obvious and you know it. I'm Simon Kenovich.
Written and spoken by Simon Kenovich for Fry's Vegetarian Meat Alternatives.